What's going on? What's going on? I'm out here waiting for my food so I can eat, handle some business, and go to the damn gym. But anyway, while I'm waiting, I might as well put out this video. So, Demetrius Andrade was talking about, I guess, first he was talking about Canelo. He was talking about the fact that supposedly, he said that when he went and fought Kovalev, that Canelo Alvarez was offered. I guess he was offered $35 million to fight Kovalev, but he was offered $40 million, in order for him to fight Demetrius Andrade. And Canelo Alvarez, quote, turned that fight down. And then supposedly he was that they offered Charlo supposedly $7 million of something that Charlo actually had denied, but they're saying that supposedly he had offered him $7 million and that he had turned that down. So we all know about the whole fiasco when he went into the whole he went into the whole Canelo Alvarez press conference. That didn't work out too well, and now he's talking about the fact that he's going to go to Charlo's press conference, and he intends to be over there. And you kind of can just, I don't know, me personally, I kind of just, shake my head at the moves that he's making. It's kind of like this is somebody, especially at this point, should be making chess moves, and he continues to make, checkers. Continues to play checkers. When it comes to the Charlos, if you go there, again, this is another situation where you're going to look like a moron. You had the opportunity to fight his brother, and a week from the fight, you pulled out the fight. Messed everything up for Showtime in a big show. Obviously, Charlo had spent over $50,000+ on, getting prepared for that fight. Money's going out the window. And then, you got into the big, huge thing with your promoter, where you end up having to sign an extension in order to keep from getting sued. Because you signed this deal with Rock Nation they should never sign. You weren't even have the ability to sign it. Lost all that money. You kind of get back into Showtime's good graces. They put you in a couple of shows. They offer you a big, contract, multi-fight deal again, because you also not only walked away from the first Charlo fight, but you also walked away from a multi-fight deal that Showtime was going to give to you. Then now again, they offer you another multi-fight deal when you face Charlo, when you're going to face Charlo first, and you walk away from that and you go and sign with the Zone. You go and sign with the Zone. So that doesn't work out for you. Now you want to come back and now you're going to come into this guy's press conference. It's just, I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't do it, because it's just going to look moronic. It's going to look stupid as always. It's time to start being smart and start being intelligent with what you do and how you do it. And when it comes to the Canelo Alvarez fight, the opportunities you had in the past where you could have kind of stepped to him and did all stuff, that's all gone. You don't have that. But what you do have available to you is the fact that you are a WBO champion. Canelo's a WBO champion. You can move up in weight. You can, demand and automatically get the mandatory spot where Canelo has to fight you next, where you become the next mandatory for Canelo on the WBO, and you can face him that way. You have that option available to you. You have it available to you. When it comes to the Charlo thing, the third thing is that your deal was over with Matchroom. You understood that they can't get you these fights in-house. He hasn't been able to get you any major fight in-house. The guy you signed to, he has everybody signed to him. Yet he couldn't get you anything in-house. You don't even check with it, like say an Al Heyman, PBC, to see what they can do for you. See if they can set something up for you. Nothing. Can I get a Derevyanchenko fight? After Derevyanchenko fight, me fight Charlo in a unification. Something of that nature. You don't even check with that. Maybe if I'm capable of, even go back down to 140, 54 pounds and take on Jermell. Because you have that history there. And he still look lean. So maybe you can still get back down to 154 pounds. Maybe even go down there and end up fighting maybe even both brothers. They still have Lara over there as well, too. So, I mean, there's things you could have done when it came to that to see, what could be offered to me. You didn't look at any of that. You just signed an extension with Eddie Hearn. You just signed that extension. Signed that extension, and now we're onto this WWF BS. It's like at some point you got to start playing chess and stop playing checkers. And this is what this guy has done for his entire career. It's just play checkers with his freaking career. You know, that's all he's done. You know, so I mean, an option maybe. I don't know if it can even be done, but he could possibly request for the WBC to make him a mandatory for Charlo. You know, where then you guys fight, you take the 25% cut as a challenger. You know, if you can't come up with a deal, then, you know, it gets put up for purse bid. And in that situation, maybe then the zone can win that. And it can be done because we know it was done when it came to the Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin. You know, even though Gennady Golovkin had multiple belts, Canelo had the WBC, Gennady Golovkin was still made the mandatory. And then when Canelo wouldn't fight him, they stripped him of that belt. And they went ahead and gave it to Gennady Golovkin. So that might also be an option, something you can do as well. You know, it's something you can do. You know, if you can't do that, then, you know, and a WBO won't do that for you. Maybe it's a situation where you see if you can get yourself to be put in as the IBF mandatory at 168 pounds. And you go get that belt. You know, something like, but practically do something that can put you into a space where these guys, you know, have to drop their belts or something like that. You know, maybe you can, you know, drop your belt and put yourself into a space where you fight to become the WBC mandatory. But finding a solution to your problem, if you truly want to fight these guys, find a solution that works, because what you're doing lately hasn't worked. The way you moved your career along has been atrocious because you had a lot of different opportunities that were available to you and you chose not to take those, you know, advantage of those opportunities. You had them available to you. You chose not to take advantage of those situations. You chose to do that. You know, you chose to put yourself into the rut that you're in right now. So I don't feel sorry for you. You know, you made this bed. Yeah, absolutely, you got to lay in it. You know, but if you don't like where you're at, see practically what you can do to get yourself out of it. You know, so it doesn't look like as if it's just a game. You know, so it doesn't look like it's just some kind of moronic game that you're playing in order, I don't know, keep you on you know, keep you on social media, keep people talking about you or whatever it is right now. It's terrible. It's terrible. I'm not sure what this guy's gonna do. I'm not sure what his next move is, but the second he re-signed that deal with Eddie, he just completely doomed himself. But we'll see what happens. But for now, like, subscribe, share. I'm out.